Meet my friend John.
This is John Clark. He's hardcore.
Not so much.
John is 6'5", and he'll admit he's always struggled with his weight. In high school, he was 320 pounds. This morning, he weighed himself at 360. Now I know, for a lot of you, you'd think that's pretty high. However, that's actually a far cry from where he was at a few months ago, which was his highest of 430. You see, John was able to lose 80 pounds. And not just 80 pounds, but a big bulk of that 80 pounds was lost in 2.5 months or 10 weeks. Not only was he able to do it in such a short amount of time, but he was able to do it naturally, no surgery, no pills. Although how he did it is amazing, and what we're going to be talking about, why he's doing it, may be the most interesting thing about it. I'm Dr. R, and this is Worth Saying. Before we get into the story, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And now, let's get to the story. So how is John able to lose so much weight in such a short amount of time? Or better yet, how is he able to do this in a healthy manner? In order to understand this, let's first take a look at how the body actually tells itself that it's full. As we take in food into our bodies, our stomach breaks them down into their nutrient compounds. This process contributes to various feedbacks that happen in our bodies, one of which are gastric mechanoreceptors that are triggered in our stomachs. You see, as you're taking in food, the stomach lining actually fills up, causing stretching of these mechanoreceptors. These mechanoreceptors then send a signal to the brain via the vagus nerve, which tells the hypothalamus, or part of the brain that deals with satiety, that it's actually full. The second form of feedback is through hormonal signals. Now, there are various hormones that are actually involved in this whole process to tell our brains that we're full. However, to simplify it, we're just going to focus on two main ones. The first one is cholecystokinin. Try to say that 10 times fast. The cholecystokinin is actually produced and secreted from the duodenum, which is the first part of your small intestine. Cholecystokinin is generally known for its ability to signal the gallbladder to secrete bile. However, what it also does is it signals the brain, again the hypothalamus, that it's actually full. As it does this, it actually decreases dopamine in your system, which is the reward system that tells you to keep eating. In addition to that, it actually starts to close up the bottom part of the stomach, which this does two things. One is it allows the stomach to keep digesting the foods within the stomach, and also it keeps signaling those mechanoreceptors that we talked about earlier, telling the brain that it's full. Another process that occurs in this whole thing is leptin being secreted by fats. Generally, the process is like this. The pancreas is triggered due to the glucose levels in the body. Insulin is secreted by the pancreas. That insulin signals fat cells to take in glucose, and then those fat cells secrete leptin, triggers parts of the hypothalamus that it's full. John generally takes in all the juices, so all the fruits and vegetables that he's taking in, all those nutrients are taking in.
So finding something that is sustainable long term has been tough for me, and I'm juicing, which is mainly what I've been doing. In order to lose weight quickly and do it healthily and responsibly, you're still getting nutrients. You're just not getting the macronutrients. 5 different vegetables, intermingle that with lemon water and tea. You're doing it on a consistent rotation, so really when you're doing his program, you don't get hungry because you're drinking enough juice to really satisfy you.
Basically what this does is it triggers this whole system to occur throughout the day. Basically, you're constantly telling your brain that you're full. However, the amount of calories he's taking in is very, very small. And like he said, the macronutrients are not taken in. So the macronutrients would actually be high amounts of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. However, you're still getting nutrients in there, which are micronutrients. You're getting all your B vitamins, C vitamins, all of them are still there. You are getting nutrients, therefore the brain is still getting signals from these hormones. So that's what's happening in John's body and allowing him to lose so much fat so quickly. So now that we know that, let's talk about John's why he's doing this. We have to keep in mind that John has been struggling with his weight for his whole life, and I'm sure many people can relate to this. And he's tried various things to lose the weight. However, for him to be able to lose 80 pounds in 2.5 months, that requires something else. That requires some real motivation.
The main reason that I wanted to do to lose weight was to be a living donor. There was a family in our church who had a baby. She was diagnosed with a rare liver disease. Basically, it meant that she needed to have a new liver. I met the qualifications up to the point of weight. You have to have a BMI of under 30, and mine was hovering right around 49, 50. Here's somebody that, if it weren't for my weight, I would have the ability to help him.
And he thought it enough that if his weight was the only reason to keep him from helping someone to keep their life, it was worth the effort to decrease that weight. This type of motivation is interesting on 2 points. One is it takes the focus off of him. It's centered on someone else. It's altruistic in nature, which is interesting to note that when we take the focus off ourselves, the things that may be a struggle to us actually decrease because we're no longer looking at ourselves and amplifying whatever problems we may seem to have. Most of the time when we're trying to lose weight, it's only for personal gain. We want that Instagram picture, so we lose that weight. But in this case, John's thinking of someone else. Another thing is, it's highly motivating to him. A lot of times we give ourselves reasons to lose weight. We start off the year with our New Year's resolutions. We say, this year's gonna be different. This year, I'm gonna look good in that bathing suit. I'm gonna lose that weight. I'm gonna get that girl. And although these are motivating, they aren't enough to hold us to those resolutions. And so we have to find something deep inside us that motivates us to keep going. It actually reminds me of a quote. If your why is not big enough, your excuses will be. We always have good reasons to not pursue our goals. We have every reason to feel bad about ourselves. We have every reason to give up, every reason to quit. But when we find that one thing that makes the pain, the torture worth it, it changes everything. It's not easy to push away food. It's not easy to get that last rep in to work out, especially these times. We have to find those reasons to keep going, to keep pursuing. But if we're not willing to look within ourselves to find it, and we only have small motivations, then those resolutions won't stick. Those decisions, those things to pursue stayed unpursued. So I gotta commend my friend John. Hopefully he keeps focus on what he wants to do, keeps focus on his why. And I hope everyone out there that's watching this, I hope you can find your why if you don't already have it. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna go work out, run up a hill or something. I gotta go drink some juice. This is actually not the end of the story. We'll be following John on his journey. In 1 month, we'll have another follow-up video, and then another video after that. So make sure to come back and watch those videos. What are your thoughts on what John is doing? Do you think juicing is worth trying or worth doing? Do you have any encouraging words for our friend John? This is Dr. R, and this is Worth Saying.